Okay, so let's set fan temperatures to, we'll just say 80. Oops, hit the numbers here. 80. Set the low to 30. And we'll go ahead and set the temperature. Okay, so now the high is set to 80, low is set to 30. And we'll go to status page. And you'll notice now the fan area says temperature override. That means that if you don't get no buttons when this is occurring, because the fan, the whole system is taking over the temperature control. And I'll show you how we can set it back to a simple on and off configuration. So for now, let's take a look at the temperature here. Zoom that in. Okay, 175 degrees. So I'm going to hold this. Let me move this on over here. I'm going to hold the temperature sensor with my hand. And as it climbs, what we're looking for is that fan to turn on. And it just did. So the temperature sensor page has a little bit of lag in it. I did that for a particular reason, just for polling of the sensor. The sensor can poll much faster than what I'm letting it do. I can make this refresh every second. That's not really necessary. So anyhow, just for polling purposes. But if you notice, fan's on. Let's go ahead and let's drop in there to 83. Let me grab this. And you'll notice as it drops below 80, 82.4, 81.95. So it's going to cut off any second now. It's cooling down. $81.275. $81.05. We'll be in the 80 range. $80.936. That's it's using decimal accuracy, float or double. I think I used double in this case, or no, I think I might use float. I forget. I get them mixed up all the time. So it's going to turn off any degree here. Still just above, because it's greater than 80. The fan's going to stay on. This could be an air condition instead of a fan. It could be any kind of cooling system. They could run up to 9 amps on. This fan's probably like a 1 or 2 amp fan. A small air condition, you can hook up a small air conditioner in your grow room and have cab operate it. And any second there. Didn't expect this to cool. It's a little bit hot today. I got the central air off. I forgot to turn it on. It gets cold here in Colorado in the morning. Well, it's just wanting to hang right there at 80.6 here in the room. So let me go ahead and let's induce. I'm gonna get it hot again. I'm putting my hands on it. It's 80.6. Okay, 83. So I just got it hot. Now I'm gonna put some water on it. Remove the Kindle. Put some water on it. And now it should cool down. Should cool down fairly quick. We got water on it and air blowing on it. So here we go. And there's the fan. It cut off. Temperature is now below the set range. Now the red, blue, and green that you're going to see here, those don't change. Those aren't configurable because for most plants, if you're above 90 degrees in your grow room, that's a bad sign. So you're going to get red. It'll be red in the output to let you know there's something going on heat-wise. You need to be down in the 70s and 60s, in that decent cool range. 70 in particular. When you're 80 and higher, it'll turn blue. And let's play around here. We got the pump on. Let's turn on the other pump. And also, mind you, we can click stats and webcam, and we get the same controls here. We get the same controls, but below here, we get the network camera, so we can see through it. Okay, let me go back up here. I like the status page. It's kind of just the main controls page. And let's go ahead and set the fan back to an on and off. So we're going to go to settings. We're going to go down here to the set temperature fan on and off. And to set it back, just enter 2 zeros. And then set temperature. Okay, so temperature set to 0, 0. When you set the temperature, you have to enter 0 and 0 into the high and the low, then set it. And then when we go back to the status page here, you'll notice that now we have our on and off buttons for the fan. So like if I hit that now, fan turns on, fan turns off. Same with the light. Sorry, I'm just having fun with this because I've worked so hard to get to this point. Turn it off, turn it on. So that would be your grow light. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to set up a link so you guys can control it from your own house, from your own computer, cell phone, even at work. You can look through the camera for yourself as you turn on the light to give you the clarity that I built and designed this, even for remote operation. Or if you don't want anyone to possibly, ever see CAB, you can keep it private on your own network where no one can see it. It's just something that you connect to while at home. And at the same time, there is that name feature where you can run multiple cabs, and then that's where I added this in. Let's say you got, a cab for a room that you're growing a particular strain, and you got another cab in another room growing a different strain. You might label, the cab pages in accordance to the strain that you're growing. And you could run, theoretically as many cab systems you could network on a network. And if you know a little bit of basic HTML, you can use an iframe in HTML, and you could make essentially managed web pages, one page that had all the cab pages on it. And and that we're talking basic 101 HTML there. So any do-it-yourselfer, it's probably gonna drool to have this platform because I made it very flexible. What you're not getting to see though is I can make cab. I have a Bluetooth speaker in here. I have a Bluetooth speaker in my house I use. I can make cab connect Bluetooth to the speaker, and then let's say somebody wants to actually take cab out of the box. They want to use cab externally, so they can plug a TV in or what have you, and use cab as a full-on computer. I kept cab, with that feature. You can use that exact feature with cab if you want to take everything out of the box. I also designed electronics so that nobody, it doesn't take anyone, that you can't really plug anything in wrong and damage cab. You can put cables in, backwards, and there's only really one cable that needs to go in. That I'm working on in regards to which way you put it on. So there's just one plug and another plug to the relay board. And the plug to the relay board, if you put it on backwards, the relays won't turn on. So that's kind of an indication that you put it on backwards. I'm gonna take it a step further, and on the cable itself, when it gets mounted, there's going to be an indicator paper that's used to indicate what side it goes on. I learned a lot of these little things manufacturing robotic arms, like for the Pikes Peak Automation here in Colorado. I worked for that robotics company for a short period of time, And I built one of the robotic arms, and then they use zip ties and everything else in a $30,000 robot arm. You'd be amazed at what they use in practical manufacturing for a handmade robotic arm. And I use some of those techniques that I learned from the manufacturing process on Cap to make it look, to make it look nice. I did put a lot of work into it. I need to build a couple more to see how fast I can build them. Just to make these custom cables. Each one of these took me 30 minutes. I got faster as I went along, but still took me 30 minutes. So I need to find out, I need to race myself to making one of these cables under 30 minutes. And the other thing is making the primary communication cable, that custom IDE cable that I created. Because you can't just plug wires in on that. That actually has to be pinned out to the microprocessor on board, to the GPIO, general purpose input output pins. So it has to be carefully put together so that everything will work the way it's designed to work. So I figure after, currently it's only using 12 wires. So getting into the process of putting the same wires in and doing the same process over and over, I'm pretty sure I can get faster with that cable. Because the first time, like I said, I'm looking at schematics and diagrams, and I had to build on the fly inverse IDE pinout, because when the IDE cable comes out of the cab board, all the pins are reversed. So I had to make a custom-made schematic just for that, for my own purposes, and also for faster manufacturing. So a lot of things that you don't see or I haven't shared with you is a lot of work for the manufacturing process in perspective. I don't want to sit here all day or 3 days to make one cab unit. I'm able to make cab within a couple hours time, and I want to get faster at that. In perspective to what if I had someone else do it? If I was paying someone else to do it, well, I had someone else packaging and shipping, and then I'm processing orders. All of these things are in perspective. There's not just a little hobby box that I built and I'm thinking deep into. Everything is very well thought out. I'm about to run out of space here, so I'm going to have to kill this video. But I'm going to give you guys control over cab, and I'll leave the setup for a good portion of the day. But this cab unit, it needs the way I built it. It needs rework. It's a rough draft. There's some problems. If you open the box and close the box too much, the main cables, the control cables, come out of the relay board. And it's just because I have